Welcome to BBB Creations. This is yours Anamula. Today's topic, continuation of the preamble. So, the preamble divided into four parts. The first, the part giving the meaning of sources of power of the Constitution. Who given power to the Constitution? In the preamble, the first part saying sources of power is we the people. The word already you know, we the people. We the people is the first part, that is sources of power. So Constitution has given the power by the people. The second part, nature of the government. Nature of the government. These two we discussed in the previous class. Okay. Now we are going to be discuss the third part, aims and objectives. Aims and objectives. Aims and objectives of the Constitution. Means third part which was giving aims and objectives of the Constitution, and fourth part date of the enactment. Date of the enactment. Right? Now come to the third part, aims and objectives. What was the aim of the Indian Constitution? Why should we made this Constitution? What for this Constitution? Generally, the Constitution prepared or made for the welfare of the people. So, the basic welfare of the people are showing in the preamble. The first point, justice. So, to provide justice in three ways, the Constitution aim or objective. What in the three ways? What were the three ways? Social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Right? Justice means socially the people should get social justice, people should get economical justice and political justice. If you observe clearly in the society, in these three, social and political justice fulfilled. Means socially the people were not boycotting, here and there some issues are raising, but socially everyone eligible. Example, a person wanted to become what he wanted to become and what was his wish, there is a chance to become. And political, in India every person, every citizen have a total right to become what he wanted. Example, he wanted to become as a president, he can become. So this is political and social justice completely fulfilled. But economic justice till now it was not fulfilled. Right? Next, aims and objectives, liberty. Liberty of thought and expression, belief, faith and worship. These are the liberties every citizen was provided. Thought and expression means what he wanted to think, he has a total liberty. And to whom he wanted to worship, he has a liberty. And on which he has to faith. Example, people are worshipping even some idols. Isn't it? Like whenever they observe the tree, if they believe the tree is a god, then no one can object, no one can be prevent. So this is also liberty of thought, expression, belief and worship. And last one, equality. What equality? Status. In status, everyone is equal. Opportunity, to provide, to get any opportunity. Equality of opportunity, equality in status. So Indian Constitution was assuring all the people, everyone have a equal to get a status, to get opportunity. So these are all third part of the Constitution. Justice, social, economical, political, liberty of thought and expression, and faith and worship and belief, equality as opportunity and status. So this is the third part of the Indian Constitution. In the preamble, every word, if you think, the total summary of the Constitution was easily we can get idea. And now come to the point, fourth part, date. This 26th November 1949. Giving ourselves this constitution. So this is that means actually 26th November 1949 Constituent Assembly members was adapted and enacted. But which date actually Constitution was came into force? The Constitution came into force 26th January 1950. 26th January 1950 actual date of the commencement. Why on the enactment date we are not take it as a force means this date should be memorable date to remember this day. The day was Jawaharlal Nehru whenever he was called Purna Swaraj. The date is Purna Swaraj date. So to remember this day, the given constitution came into force. Right? Actually it was enacted 26th November, but it was came into force 26th January 1950. Right? And foremost important point in this preamble, unity and integrity. One of the important word, unity, integrity. Unity and integrity, this word was also added in the preamble by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976. What is the integrity? Why already unity word is there, unity. Why this word again added? Unity means political meaning. That means all the states should unite. That's what in our constitution, in first article, they mentioned union of states. Union of state. That means states all are union. Why this integration? Integrity word was added means not only political unity, all people. Psychomotive meaning. That means a brotherhood. Isn't it? The integrity meaning was every person should feel we are all brothers and sisters. This kind of nature should be developed in the among the people, so that the integrity word was added. Right? So finally, in this preamble, what we are discussed compulsory in prelims or mains, sometimes the question will ask to write the total preamble, so that my request to every aspirer who was preparing for this competitive exam, you must by heart this preamble. And next point, is it preamble was source of power? Preamble is not a source of power. The key points, not source of power. Can preamble can amend? It can amend. It can amend because already it was amended in 1976 by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. So preamble can amend. Yes, preamble can be amended because it was amended but every time it should not be possible because the basic concept, basic structure should not be disturbed. So it was not a source of power, it can be amended, right? So these are the things what we discussed and I want to share with you. So all of you watch this video, subscribe BBP Creations and like it and share. Thank you.